Or mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Or even level live. And guys, firstly, before I say what we're going to be doing, ignore the background lighting because today the sun is not out. That said, today, as you guys can tell by the channel thumbnail, I'm going to be working on my program for 250 days series. Today's day 207, where I'm actually working on chilling my entire game by the, I think day 250 type stuff. So let's move on to my gameplay screen. And guys, my camera has never been this dull. And let me just close my blue light filter. There we go. Okay, perfect. Bro, you're 15 minutes late. Honestly, am I? Yeah, on the weekends I usually do stream relatively sooner, but I've been doing a bit. I've been doing some things. And that's let's see. So this is a new chat. Let me go ahead and say something like, let's say live explanation. And let me while I'm actually sending this chat, let me go ahead and run my program here and show you guys what I worked on my last Blender stream. I forgot I can't apparently open my program anymore from my Unreal Engine. So I'm gonna go to Documents, Calamity, and I'm gonna open it through my, let's say, file here. Also, have you tried VLang already? Actually, I haven't tried VLang yet, but I will definitely try as soon as the series is over. I'm gonna be having, let's say, a mini series where I try VLang. Also, number two, where is the Discord meme channel? I actually did create a meme channel yesterday. Okay, that's it. Let's see. So let's wait for Unreal Engine to open real quick. Okay. And in case you guys might be thinking we're here for my old programming series where I was actually making this game, for the time being, I'm basically just gray boxing, which means I'm going to replace all these meshes later. Okay, and my program did start working. You guys may be like, I didn't have any of this work last stream type stuff. The reason it wasn't working last stream is because I realized a small little thing. The reason I wasn't taking damage or my NPCs were not really replying anything, or that my output log was empty, was because I did not load my whatchamacallit. I didn't really drop my players or drag my blueprint players or my blueprint underscore NPCs in my actual Unreal Engine levels, so they didn't really spawn. So today I'm basically going to work with the summoning logic and spawning them in their, let's see, checkpoints, and hopefully also work with the death logic. Okay, well, here's the thing. They all deal damage to me and then I die. Once at 0 here, I'm going to be ending the game type stuff. Okay, that's it. I think that was enough talking. If so, how can I access it? Not on self roles. Honestly, it's like if you have the universal chatters role, then you guys can go ahead and access the meme channel. It's right under yours. So there we go. So it's basically under in the universal chats category under general RL YouTube content is the meme chat, which I did create yesterday. I think it's pretty fun. There we go. Let's just go ahead and grab that there. Exit that. Okay, and then let me just go ahead and open that again. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, and one small rule I forgot to say, no political conversations here. Go ahead and do that, there we go. Okay, let's keep the chats real clean. Okay, now let me just go ahead and move on to the lot here. There we go. Okay, let's go. Day 207 is live and the stream is watching. 207 days straight. You didn't quit, you didn't slow down, and today is the day the enemies stop being dummies and start actually hunting. The stream knows what's at stake right here. Here's exactly where we're starting and where we're going today. Done before today, SAT components, arena character, game mode, enemy NPC, AI controller, all compiled. The AI brain works on manual place enemies confirmed. Today's list in order: be dead handle fix 2 minutes, test spawned enemies, find the player, confirm in output log, player attacks, RMB, enemy death plus wave tracking verified. I've posted a meme. Honestly, I deleted that meme. There's one tiny Bruno server as well where we can't really talk about political stuff or all that stuff. Let's keep it really friendly and clean. There we go. Okay, today's list. Okay, I've honestly worked with most things. These are mostly the toughest part in the program type stuff. I guess we're getting a big chunk of it on today. We're not leaving today until that list is done. Okay, first task is already written. Open arena AI controller.h. Okay, right now, and add boolean be death handled equal to false in your private section. Tell me when you're done. Let me say something like done, because I have like kind of done this before. Okay, yo, are you alien? Honestly, not really. That's it good. Now open Arena AI Controller C++ and replace your handle dead function with this. I see. So replace your handle dead function. I did actually do this part, okay? Paste it and save control as then it compiles. Tell me what the output log says when it's done. Okay, let's go ahead and run the program real quick. I'm gonna go to my output log. Wait, did I compile? Pretty sure I didn't. There, let's go with Control Alt F11. Let's wait for it to compile. He's Canadian? Oh, guys, Canadian is actually kind of crazy. Sounds kind of cool though. Okay, same thing, my guy. Okay, let's wait for this to compile real quick. Let's wait for it to compile. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and exit that, run the program, and let's see what the output log says. Oh, why does it say I have a lot of damage? Taking so much damage already. Okay, so it says this. Success. I'm not gonna paste a lot. I'm not gonna do the same mistake that I did before. There we go. Let me go up here and paste it and say something like, okay, this is what my output log says or tells me. Also keeping in mind that my NPCs did not attack me yet. But when they attack me, it says my HP is decreasing. There we go. And guys, is the lighting still kind of bad? Nope, I didn't fix it. Appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, see, stream just witnessed history. I was done with this before as well. All three spawns, the player, the mixer, and the enemies are already here. Task 1 done. Task 2 already confirmed working, okay? But I have a question. Now we move on to player attack. Right mouse button. Keep 1, okay? Wait, let me say something like, let's say... Wait, before I really say that, I want to make sure everything is correct. I'm gonna hit exit. I'm gonna remove my static mesh component. You know what's the static mesh? I'm gonna delete all these NPCs from there. Now let's hit Control S to save the code. Control Alt F11 to compile. 200 days and still can't freaking program. This is why AI is not taking our jobs. Honestly, guys, it's not like I can't really program. It's like I didn't have enough time to complete my Unreal Engine series because the 250 days that I did have, I spent a big chunk of it working with SDL and what's it called? Part of this app has been blocked. Okay, let me just compile from my Unreal Engine, I guess. Okay, what I was saying, most of my series has gone in, what you call it, we learning C++ and SDL. I just had like 150 days for learning Unreal Engine. That's the reason I'm working on getting Claude's help for making this program because my series is coming to an end. But after the series, I will be having another series where I'm going to be learning Unreal Engine in detail because I highly doubt I could do it for this project because I'm almost out of time. Let's show more options. Generate Visual Studio file projects. Okay, let's wait for it to generate. There we go. Because this sometimes happens because of our antivirus and live coding. Oops. Go ahead and exit that. Go ahead and cancel that. Sometimes because of our live coding, our program can't really compile properly. So let's just go ahead and generate this one more time. This is what regular programmers really do. They kind of generate their Unreal Engine projects at the start of the day before really programming anything. Once they're done with that, they're gonna open this. Just curious, can I run my program through Visual Studio? I honestly could not before because it's loading. There we go. I think because my file is too big. Okay, a small little moment of truth. Okay, there we go. A project with an output type of class library cannot be started directly. That makes sense. That's the reason I can go ahead and open it through my content browser. Actually, through my file explorer. I'm going to remove my Unreal Engine configurations. Keep my Visual Studio open. Okay, and guys, I'm actually almost done with my Blender Mesh, the female mannequin that I was making. Maybe from like, I think after like 3-ish more Blender streams, once I'm done adding textures and rigs and all that stuff, hopefully I'm going to work on with the male mannequin as well. Once I'm done with the 2 of those, I think everything else is going to be pretty easy from there. Here we go. I guess let's just go ahead and run the code real quick. I'm gonna open output log. Okay, in my output log here, so okay, that was the issue here. So until and unless I don't wait, what if I go in the declaration enemy here? And let's open my full blueprint editor. Let's go there in my viewport. I'm gonna add a static mesh component. There. I'm gonna, let's say, go with a cube or a sphere. S-P-H-E-R-E. Oh wow, no sphere? Okay, maybe a circle. I wanna go with something small. There we go. And then I'm gonna hit R. There. I'm gonna decrease the size a little. And then I'm gonna hit W and kinda get myself a little higher. Let's go ahead and compile. I forgot to hit Control S to save the code. And then I'm gonna go ahead and run the program. Now let's check my output log. Okay, so this was the small issue that I was talking about. My NPCs are not spawning. I gotta fix that. Let's delete that real quick. Compile again, hit Control S. There. Okay, now let me grab plot back up here and say I had one question. Even though my NPC, even though my, or let's say something like the reason my output log shows me, or let's say gave me the success, is because I did load my NPC on my Unreal Engine 5 window. Now here's the thing, I got another idea. Let's try my other hypothesis out real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and add a static mesh. Let's go with STATIC. Okay, let's go ahead and add the same exact cube real quick. I'm gonna hit compile, gonna hit Control S. Although in my Unreal Engine, instead of going with that, I'm gonna drag this. Maybe, firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this from here. Alright guys, testing a little theory out real quick. Let's get that there. They're all my enemies. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get it here. Now, to test my theory out, what if I go ahead and add a static mesh now? And then let's go with these spheres. Let's compile, hit Control S to save the code, move on. I gotta manually spawn them. Okay, a good thing is they kind of do follow me unless they're kind of just stuck here. There we go. Okay, it's just kind of big. The map is kind of big for them to really completely follow. I mean, it's kind of clumped up for them to like really follow me. And that one thing is just spinning. Okay, now if I were to go to my output log, it does say success. There we go, successfully, and then they add indemnities. Okay, successfully possessed. What if I just go ahead and attack them or stay close to them or in an attacking range? Okay, they don't really take my health away. HP 100, spawned enemy 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. Okay, although they take my HP away if I spawn them manually. Let's just go ahead and delete all this for now. Delete. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit Control S to save the code. Now let's get plot here. Okay. Let's say the reason my output log gave me success is because I did load my NPCs on my Unreal Engine window when I do not drag them on my level, it does not, let's go with something like it does not show that text. Do you think that we might need to summon them in question mark? Okay, let's go with something like show. Do you think we might need to summon them in the level question mark? Because how would the death logic work? once they die, is it that once they die, they would need to respawn again? Question mark. How did that logic work? Did I make any sense? There we go. Okay, let's end it, guys. I gotta be way too cautious with my chats these days, because one mess up and the entire program goes in jeopardy. Because as awful as it is to like kind of accept this, I feel like without Cloud I will not be able to make this game for now because I did not really master Unreal Engine. Okay, you made perfect sense. This is a great question. Let me break it down fast. You do not need to manually place them. What's actually happening. Look at your code again, log temp. Okay, the arena game mode is already spawning them at runtime. Those three success messages are from spawned enemies, not manually placed ones. Okay. Okay, bro, this guy codes on his own and comes to AI for help. That's why it takes 207 days. Guys, that's actually kind of crazy. I really don't know much. Like, the only things I do for the time being know about Unreal Engine is the, what's it called? Delay casting, line tracing. I did not work with, I did not even, like, basically touch the AI logic yet. However, I'm going to be working on that in the next series. This series, I am pretty much off the time because I gotta work on making mesh and Blender, link texture and all that stuff. So I'm focusing on just shipping my game and being done with my this series. The next series I'm going to be working on Unreal Engine in like detail type stuff. That said, the arena game mode is already spawning them at runtime. Those three success messages are from the spawn enemies, not manually placed one. The timer is doing exactly what it was built to do. We manually place once from before fires on possessed immediately. At level load, before the timer ever runs, the runtime spawn fires the timer and the player 0.5 seconds later. So to answer your question, remove the manually placed enemies from your level right now if they're still there. The game mode handle the spawning, manual placement will double your enemy count and break wave tracking. I see. There are there any manually placed enemies still in your level? Let me say something like, oh, I see. I've removed. Already mic testing, mic testing. Oh my gosh, guys, you don't. I cannot explain what I'm feeling right now. My OBS crashed and I didn't even realize. I'm so glad that you pointed that out. Planet Anime, is that how you pronounce your name? I'm definitely putting that message. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh my gosh, guys, I would have gone through this entire stream not even knowing that my OBS crashed. Okay, that was a close one. Did you guys know where I was? Okay, I'm shocked that actually so less of you guys really told me that, because I have my stream open on my phone. How did I not manage to see that my stream didn't even that my OBS crashed? Okay, that was awful. I'm not letting that happen again. That said, let me make sure my mic is working. It is working. My camera is working. It is working. No problem. Oh my gosh, guys, I've been yapping this whole time thinking that you guys actually heard me. Okay, I'm so glad that you did point that out though, because it would have been bad in any other case. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the attack action, which I did create in my header files here. I don't know when did it rush though. You were fixing the extra enemies in the level. I was fixing. Oh yeah. Okay. So basically, what happened? I was actually working on fixing the extra enemies in the level when Cloud said me that it already works and that I get the exact output that I wanted to. So I moved on to my content browser and I created an input action called IE_attack. Then in my IMC default, I went up ahead and I created I linked or I added a mapping for my input action. Now I'm basically just adding it to my, before I'm adding it, I went up to my header files of my arena character. I created a new property for my action input, and I also created a function for my attack. Let me see that real quick. Header files, there we go. I created perform actions as white function and a new input actions as action input. Now I moved on to my C++ file where I'm gonna go ahead and find those, and then I'm gonna go ahead and define them. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like ATTACK, attack action. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with an E trigger event. And guys, let me know if I talk really fast at times, because many of you guys have been telling me to slow down a little bit when I talk. TRIGGEREE, this is very triggered. And then I'm gonna go with this. Then let's go with, here's the thing, okay, I can change this part later. I'm gonna go with arena character. You guys might be thinking, what could I change later? Basically, I do want my input action to be triggered, because this is going to work as long as I have my button held. So it's going to be like a machine gun. I want it to be per click. So later I'm going to change this to started and completed after creating a boolean which checks if my left mouse button has been pressed. Not right now though, because right now I'm just getting the logic in check. These are tiny details that I can fix later. Perform action, I'm going to go ahead and paste that there. And then let's end it with a semicolon. Now that the binding has been completed, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the third step. Okay, like, have you tried C++ already? Honestly, I did actually try C++. I have a whole entire series in mind, or a whole entire playlist where I started C++ as the absolute beginner, about 207 days. 205 or 6 days ago, because the first 4 days of my tutorial series was me learning Python with vectors. And then I moved on to C++. So I have an entire series of me learning C++ from scratch and working with SDL, which was an absolute blast, honestly. Let's hit Control S to save the code. Now, third, add the perform action function at the bottom of the C++ file. Okay, at the bottom, so I'm done with my move action, I'm done with my look action. I'm gonna be adding my perform action, where my perform action loops through all enemy actors in the world and finds the closest one in range, a enemy NPC, closest enemy, floating point, the actor iterate. Here's one thing, this is why I actually am not really manually typing this part that I don't understand, because I didn't learn half these things here, so these are kind of new concepts to me. I'm just using them for the sake of the series. Once I'm done with the series, I'm going to be working more on this. Okay, so you recon what GNU C++, Visual C++, and C++/CLI is, right? You recognize what GNU C++, Visual C++, and C++/CLI is, right? 3 different languages. Honestly, guys, I haven't heard of those. I've just worked with the basics of C++, like object-oriented programming, variables, data types, typecasting, virtual white functions, overriding, and all those things. I can't remember everything at the top of my mind, but it's basically just the basics of C++. I didn't really specialize on something. Unless we're talking about SDL, I'm pretty good with that. Oh, I didn't hear your answer about the Claude caveman skill. Have you seen that? Sorry, your stream was paused. Guys, that was awful. That's it. I haven't actually heard of the Claude caveman skill. What does that mean? Because I'm pretty sure there was like a focus let's say, let me check real quick. Let me grab Claude here, because I'm pretty sure that Claude had a thinking. I think it was in the plus here, right? There's that photo skills. Yeah, there are skills here. I'm pretty sure there was like a study skill, focus skill, or pro skill, or was that Gemini? I think it was Gemini. Okay, that's sad. Next up, once I'm done with this, guys, I can't wait for the series to end. Once the series ends, I can finally focus on a different series where I'm working on it. Wait, I'm getting small edit first. Okay, where I'm going to work on learning the C++ from. Where I'm going to be learning Unreal Engine from the very basics, because these templates, they do seem a bit familiar because I've heard of them. I didn't get enough practice with them though. That's it. Let's just go ahead and paste this here real quick. Let me zoom in and say something like, hey, I did copy the, let's say, perform actions as function, but I see a red underline here. Okay, and here's the thing. I gotta be very careful that my spellings are correct. So let's go with Windows Shift S, take a picture. There. Okay, now let's go all the way up here, paste it. There. Okay, and then let's go and send it. Looking tough with that bag in the back, guys. That actually does make sense. Only thing is, this is mostly for looks. I gotta like fill in. Let me go to my main camera real quick. Okay, there we go. Only thing is that I gotta go out and fill some water. This is as light as it gets for now. This is just for the just for some show. Initially, I thought that when I'm going to be having my workout schema, I'm going to be filling that with water and then like working out with that type stuff. I didn't have enough time. Okay, let's move on to my gameplay screen again. So, okay, they have measured about a 10% accuracy increase as well without all these flaws, especially with models like Sonnet. I didn't really know that. I might have to look into this after the stream. That's it. I see the red underlines. That is because the iterator needs its own input. It's not pulled in automatically. Okay. Okay, you see what I mean, guys? These are a few things that I did not really know. I gotta add these headers too, because I have never worked with the engine. I'm pretty sure this means utilities as header files. Now, magically, there we go. Whatchamacallit, the red squiggly lines have disappeared. Okay, added, save it with control as, then compile. Tell me red underlines are gone. The red UNDR are gone! Exclamation. Okay, finally. There are times when I'm working with Claude and I'd be like, oh shit, am I gonna mess up or is it actually being messed up, that stuff? Okay, let's go. Now compile the full project. Hit Control Alt F11, live coding, go to tools, compile and underline it. Tell me what the output log says when it's done. Okay, let's go with Control Alt F11. Let's compile my code real quick. Shouldn't take that long. While it's compiling, I might drink some water. Okay, gotta make sure the stream isn't lagging. Or it's not paused, because that was awful. I'm still so glad that, Planet Anime, is that I pronounced her name? I'm so glad that you pointed out that my stream stopped. I still wouldn't have realized that. Okay, let's exit that. Let's run the program. Now, what does the output log say? Okay, it does say that if I move, whoa, I'm moving around way too fast. I'm just moving on, just hitting random things. Okay, I came to a block there. Let's go to Windows. It says this when I run my code. Wait, I can just take a picture, I forgot. Let's go with Windows Shift S. Gonna take a quick little picture and exit that. Now let's go ahead and paste this. This is what my output log tells me. Before I really do that, I want to confirm one thing. Let me run my code. Can I fly? I can fly. There we go. Okay, so that was the reason. I was like, this seems a bit suspicious. Hold on. I'm gonna go up here to, let's say, my content, and then I'm gonna move on to blueprints. I'm gonna drag my blueprint character down here. I deleted it. The guy with the camera. And then I'm gonna Control S to save the code and run the program. There we go. Now I walk. Wait, can I fly? Oh, I forgot. Hold up, guys. My auto possess. I gotta see that as well. Go here, and then let me go with possess. Okay, I'm gonna set this to, there's 0. There we go. Now I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code. Validating assets. What's that for? Hello, what's he validating assets for? Did I? There is no way I hit Control S for that, did it? Is it done validating? Can I run? There. Okay, let's go to possess again. Player 0, I'm gonna change that to place in world. Okay, because I did place it in world. I'm gonna make sure I hit Control S to save the code. What does it save? What is it saving? Validating, script engine, third person. Interesting. Might need to actually add something in here. I would run the code. I cannot move in general. That could be because pp underscore character. Okay, maybe let's try adding a static mesh. Okay, this shouldn't be as hard to debug. Okay, my static mesh is gonna be, let's see, a cube. I want to hit R to decrease the size of my cube. Building navigation, so what? There. Small cube is good enough. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and save it from here. It's from the code. I have my character, but my character can't move, even though my possess is set to 0. Okay, let's try plan B. Let's go with inputs. There we go. We didn't have our input actions. That is going to be IMC default. Move action is going to be IA underscore move. Look action is going to be IA underscore look. Attack action is going to be IA underscore attack. There we go, guys. This was the culprit all along. I'm gonna save. And now if I run the code, I can magically move around. Okay, if I were to go to my output log, it doesn't magically say anything. If I were to right click, let's go to the output log again. Oh wow. Okay, it does work. Ooh, I'm glad I gave it a shot before I really started complaining to Claude. Spaced it. And say it works. Exclamation. Now I'm gonna go ahead and send it. I was gonna try with an enemy as well, but I'm like, I can wait for a bit. Compile and running, I can see the log, no enemies in range, no enemies in range. This is exactly correct. The attack function is firing on left mouse button. The reason it says no enemies in range because you're not standing close enough to an enemy when you click. But wait, I noticed your camera is looking at the giant sphere. Okay, that tells me your player might have spawned inside a mesh. Two things. This is right now. Assign IA underscore attack and DP underscore arena. Okay, wait, let me just say something then. Open meep underscore character, find attack, slot in the details is panel, IA underscore attack in the same way, then one time. Walk up to your enemy and left click. Okay, wait, let me say something like, say, the reason you see the sphere is SPHERE is because I added it as a static mesh just so I could see my player. I will remove it. It's just for gray boxing. Okay, and then let's just go with something like player. I'm gonna test the enemy out as well, because why not? Let's go up here. Gonna go to content drawer. Gonna drag my DP underscore enemy NPC. I'm positive I'm close enough, so I'm gonna hit save selected on board. Right click. Output log. No enemies in range. Fine, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and wander around while hitting these random NPCs. And then it should say enemy in range, right? At least once. Oh wow, it did. Hold on, I might need to do something else in that case. I'm gonna add a static mesh. Let's add a static mesh here as well, just so I can see it. Static, I'm gonna go here and add a sphere. Let's say I'm gonna add a sphere here. I'm gonna get it a bit higher. I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code. I'm gonna run the program. Okay, now I'm gonna right click. Hold on guys, did I really destroy it? No, right? That's what I'm saying, I couldn't see. Oh wait, now mind, I think. Oh. I killed it way too quickly. At least the logic works, Okay, and then later on I can fix the spamming, because for now I'm just spamming as long as it's triggered. Let's say the logic works exclamation. Although you guys gotta remind me later, I gotta go ahead and add a boolean check that says, or I could add a note for that. The reason I'm not saying that to Cloud right now is because I don't really want to break the flow of the chat and work with something else. That said, player is dealing damage, enemy HP is dropping to 0, the combat formula is working. Both sides are now fighting each other. 207 days and you built a working 2 days combat system in implemented C++. That is not nothing, that is everything, but we're not stopping here. Next thing we need to verify is the death pipeline when the enemy hits zero. Did you see these lines in your thing? NPC died remaining, NPCs remaining X. Okay, so NPCs died. I do see it. Oops, let me just go ahead and remove that. Windows Shift S. I'm gonna take a quick little picture here. There we go. Okay, so I do see it. Let's paste it here and say I do see it. I don't want to send so many pictures because I don't want to reach out my limited slot. Beautiful, look at that. Every single line is chaining perfectly. Player tag the enemy, enemy HP is 0 on NPC. That fires once, not every take B that handles is doing its job. NPC remaining counter is tracking correctly, that enemy is destroying, no enemies in range. Now kill all 3 enemies and tell me if you see wave 2 has died. Oh, how do I... Okay, well I guess I'm gonna go with R, I'm gonna decrease the size. But here's the issue again. I'm gonna go ahead and let's say drag my BP underscore enemy here. And I'm gonna go ahead and drag my BP underscore enemy here. And now I can just go ahead and destroy all the enemies. I'm gonna control us. Wonder what's it saving. Let's right click, right click, right click, right click, spam my right click. Just gonna spam it out here. Now I'm positive it should have been done. Okay, so there, the first enemy tag, remaining NPCs queue. Okay, until and unless I don't believe. Oh wait, no, I don't know. Okay, enemy took damage, remaining NPCs queue. And then did enemy take damage? Remaining NPCs queue, that stuff. Okay, enemy initialized HP wave. Was this wave 2? Wave 1 completed, starting next wave. Wave 2 started, okay, state NPCs. Oh, I see it. Let's go with Windows Shift S. There. But here comes a small little issue now. I'm gonna exit the program here, even though the wave starts. Okay, let me paste this. Okay, let's say, it works! Exclamation. Just one concern. Even though everything works, I still cannot spawn my NPC without really dragging it on my level. Like, the reason it worked was because I dragged my NPC 3 times in my level and then killed them. Let's go with something like killed them. Okay, and then let's go with something like level LEVEL and then REASON. Okay, and then let's go with a notch. That is going to be level. Then I kill them. Okay, and the next thing, once I'm done saying this, what could the next thing be? Yo, hiding pixel, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, like the reason it worked was because I tried my pixel and level and I killed them. Let's see. What up, guys? Let me just check in the stream for you guys. Okay, Okay, it's worked because I dragged my NPC 3 times in the level. Hold up, guys, I was just getting distracted because I was seeing something else. Them. And when they die, they do not respawn. Okay, I might need to fact check that part because are the enemies supposed to spawn in my spawn points or somewhere else? Oh wait, actually that sounds kind of stupid. Of course, there's gonna spawn in my spawn points. are they supposed to spawn in my spawn points? And can we and can we add a mesh to the enemy to see if they spawn? Because it's hard to track them when they're invisible. Okay, let's go with BSIBLE. Now let's go ahead and send it. It's hard to track them when they're. Let's go with THEIR, and then this is going to be something like invisible. Let's fix my typos, cause, and then let's go with see if. That is going to be done. That's going to be invisible. Now let's send it. And hold up, guys, let me mess up real quick. Already mic testing, mic testing. Alright guys, that was just some background noises. That's it. Wait, stop. This is important. If you are dragging enemies manually into the level, this means DP underscore arena still doesn't have the IA underscore attack assigned to it, because if the game mode was spawning, then you would not see drag anything. You would not need to drag anything. DP underscore still does not have IA underscore attack. I do have it though. Before we do anything else, stop by and open DP underscore arena character. Look at the details panel and tell me exactly what you see in the input section. I do have, more importantly, do you see default pawn slash point store DP underscore character? Okay, in your world settings, because look at your log again, if you started the game mode is spawning and they are there, you just cannot see them because they have no visible mesh. Open DP underscore enemy right now, assign the Unreal Engine 5 mannequin. Okay, mesh to it so you can see them. Tell me what the skeletal mesh is currently set on BP underscore enemy. Okay, so this is my BP underscore enemy. I'm gonna go here. Let's go to my skeletal mesh. It's not really assigned to anything. I'm gonna select that. Let's go with Windows Shift S, take a quick little picture, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab that, paste it here, and say, this is what I see in my BP underscore skeletal mesh. Okay, and guys, I think there's some background noise. In case you guys can hear them, just ignore those. That said, I see it. Your BP underscore enemy has no skeletal mesh assigned, just a capsule collider. That is why you cannot see them in the level. They are there, they are invisible. Here's a quick fix. Click on mesh, character mesh 0 in the components panel on the left, and the details panel on the right. Look for skeletal mesh assets. Click on the drop down and search for SKM Manny or ST Mannequin, whichever shows up. Assign it and compile. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna open slot in a different chat. Okay, and then let's go to my measure. Click on mesh, character mesh 0. Okay, in the components panel, which is gonna be where? Components panel. Components panel. Oh, it's gonna be somewhere here, right? There we go. Components panel. Components. Okay, in the components panel. Oh, I see, that's components. My bad, guys. I just didn't see that part. Okay, in the details panel on the right side, look for skeletal mesh assets. Okay, click on the drop down and assign SKM Manny. Let's go with something like SKM Manny or SK Mannequin. Let's go with SKM Manny. There we go. And guys, this is again just gray box. I'm just using it for the sake of seeing if stuff works. Hit compile and save. Let's go with Control S to save the code. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove my 3 meshes from my Unreal Engine. Remove. Let me go ahead and hit Control Alt F11 to compile the code. Let's wait for it to compile real quick. So, okay, once it's done compiling, I'm gonna go ahead and save the code using Control S, then run the program. Skeletal mesh SKM Manny. I still don't see it. Okay, this gives the enemy a visible body so you can track them in the level during testing. Tell me when the mesh options. Tell me what are the mesh options you see in the search. Okay, so I saw the KM underscore Manny and assigned it. And then on my level, I did see those meshes, although it was because I had three meshes already dragged in or flagged because I had three enemy NPC already dragged in my level when I deleted them, DELETED, when I deleted them and moved on to and ran my program, I could not see them. Okay, so I could not see them once I run my program. So let's go with something like I could not see them. I think the issue might be in the summoning logic where summoning logic my NPCs are, let's say, the NPCs do not spawn in the spawn points, which is my target point, target point 1, and target point 2. And then let's hit it. Hey bro, do you have a girlfriend? Honestly, do you guys think I might have a girlfriend? I honestly do not. Although it's nothing too sad because I don't really want one right now. That said, good catch. Let's diagnose this right now. Open arenagamo.c++ and paste it here so I can see your spawning logic specifically. I need to see how are you finding the target points. T iterator. I'm not using the T iterator. How are you calling spawn actor to those points? So spawn actors is C++ file, right? So I'm gonna go to my arena. Wait, was it spawn actor? It's arena game mode. Okay, so I'm gonna open my Visual Studio and go to my arena game mode, the C++ file. I'm gonna go with Control A, Control C, copy that, paste it here, and say that was my .c++ file. And then just to be sure, I'm gonna go with my header files as well, because why not? And then let's say that was my .h file. Now let's send it. Okay, I see the issue. Your spawning logic is correct. The logic is fine. The real problem is simpler than you think. Your enemies are spawning, but they're spawning exactly on top of each other at this point. Look at this line. A actor spawn point equal to spawn points I modulus spawn points dot num. With 3 spawn points and 3 enemies, this should cycle correctly. So the issue is that your target points are placed at or near the floor level, and the enemies are spawning inside the floor and getting pushed together. Two things to check right now. First, add the slog to spawn and spawn wave enemies right before the spawn actor call. Okay, so log. Second, go to your level and check your 3 target points. Click each one and tell me what are their Z values in the transform. Okay, they need to be above the floor. Oh, wait, hold up, that actually might be at least Z equals 100 or higher. What up guys, why does that make a lot of sense to me? Wait. Z equals to 100 or higher. That is their location. It is set to 100 or higher apparently. So they are supposed to spawn above the floor. Let's go to target point 2. Target point 3. They're all above the floor to be honest. This should be more than enough for them to spawn. What was the second fix? Okay, let's see the first fix. Look at this line when 3 spawn points and 3 enemies, issues, and target points. 2 things to check right now. First, add this log to the spawn enemy waves. So I'm gonna find my spawn enemy waves in my C++ file. Okay. So that is my NPC counter spawn enemy waves. I gotta add an output log. Output log. And then I have an in32. Wait, what even is the output log real quick? Spawning at location. Okay, wait. Gotta check this very carefully. If new enemy, initialize enemies, field HP defense. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be here. Wait, control T. There, okay, I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to be here. Okay, that is my UE log. I'm gonna control us to save the code. And then I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go to my target points. Let's go with something like Control Alt F11. Control Alt F11. Let's wait for it to compile real quick. Okay. Result succeeded. Everything is saved. I'm gonna go ahead and run my program. And then let's check my output log real quick. Oh god, I gotta go here. Alright, so that is what I see in my output log. My z-axis is high for everything else, but I just don't see my characters. Well, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go back to output log. Let's go with Windows Shift S. Take a quick little picture. Okay, because my z-axis does look good here. I'm gonna paste this and say my z-axis. Okay, let me say something like I made those changes and my z-axis does look good. Okay, and then let's send it. This is huge. Look at the outliner and the log at the same time. Outline, okay. The enemies are spawning. They are in the world. They're at different locations with good Z values. The game mode is working perfectly. Look at your viewport. You can see 3 mannequins standing in your arena. They should be visible now that you assign a sentence for Manny. If you still cannot see them, press F to focus on a selected actor and click NPC 0 on the outliner. Then hit F to jump to it. Tell me if you can see them. Okay, put up. I'm gonna run. Initially moving around, I can't see squad, but if I hit F, okay, guess I can go here. I'm gonna just go to my. I don't see them here. Okay, by F did cloud mean control F. Okay, wait. I see NPC 0. Let's just. I see them here, but I can't really. I see them, but I don't see them in my level. They have spawned. Okay, why you call... Okay, what you call... You're that guy who made 3D shooting game with good graphics and C++ OpenGL. What you call you that guy who made 3D shooting games? Honestly, this might sound a bit strange, but I don't watch as many streamers, but I do gotta kind of do that. I'm kind of busy these days though. That said, I don't really know. Like... did he make a regular 3D shooting game or was it like Street? Okay, let's see. I see them. I see that they spawned in my outliner, but I cannot see them in my level for some reason. Let's send it. Because the logic works, I'm trying to find this one tedious issue. I see the problem immediately. Look at your details pattern. Animation mode equals to use animation blueprint. Animation class equals none. The mesh is there, but this is not rendering to the SKM_Manny. It requires an animation blueprint to display correctly. Without it, the mesh is invisible at runtime. Quick fix. Okay, option 1, change animation mode fastest. OpenBP, change that. Option 2, use a simpler mesh instead of SKM_Manny. Assign the static mesh. If it exists in your project. Option 2, use a simpler mesh. Hey, do you have a boyfriend? Guys, I have a boyfriend. It's kind of crazy. I'm actually pretty straight. Let's say change it from, okay, use a simpler mesh instead of SKM_Manny. Assign the static mesh mannequin or use SKM_Manny simple if it exists in your project. Try option 1 first. It is the fastest. OpenBP_enemy and change that animation mode drop down. I could do that. Let me try that. Whoa, okay. That way too much. Okay, let's open BP_enemy. And then click mesh 0. I am already clicked on mesh 0. In details panel, find animation mode. animation mode. Okay, use blueprints. Change it from use animation blueprint to use cached pose. Use cached pose. Use custom mode. Or is it this? None. Or just set it to no animation. No animation. Custom animation. I don't see those options. Hold on. Change it from use animation blueprint to use cache pose or just set it to no animation. Animation mode. Fine, I guess let's use custom. Disable post blueprints. Let's compile. Let's hit Control S to save the code. I'm gonna run the program. Thing is, I don't see a single one of them. Okay, I'm gonna just move around, just randomly hitting stuff. And now, let's go to Windows after log. I should have hit at least someone. I dealt damage to them. Okay, so I tried the next step. Okay, let me exit this. Alright. Let me say something like, I could not find the drop down that says use CACHD cached pose, and next up I just randomly walked around my level pressing my attack button, and when I checked my output log, it did say that I attacked my enemy. So and then I clicked CLICKD. Okay, it say that I attacked my enemy. Okay, let's say ... So why is it that I cannot see the mesh question mark? It exists, but I can't see the mesh. It's so confused. You know about Tokyo's Spiff? I think I've heard of it, but I didn't really look completely into it. That is actually great news. The enemies are there, they're taking damage, they're just invisible. This is a purely mesh display issue. Open the filter screen me, follow these steps, click mesh, okay, in the components panel, and the details of panel, scroll up to the top and find skeletal mesh asset. Tell me what mesh is currently assigned there, and then look for animation section. Okay, what is it set to right now? I'm gonna go to VP_enemy. Let's change this. Windows Shift S. Let me take a quick little picture. Wait, I forgot something. Windows Shift S. Let's take a quick little picture. I'm gonna paste my picture here to Claude. Okay, and then I open my Solution Explorer real quick. Hold up, let me do that. I'm gonna go with Windows Shift S. Another picture. So this is what I see, and I only have access to 3 drop down options. Okay, and then this is what I see, so this is what I see, and then let's just go ahead and send it real quick. Currently I'm making a hyper casual 2-dimensional game in Godot engine. The hardest part in game development is design. It gives me a headache. Honestly, I think I might be able to relate a little about it. I'm going to be relating way more about it later on once I move on to my next series. That said, I do understand what you mean though, because back when I worked with SDL, I did make a dice roller program there. It was kind of a headache to really design it first. That's it, perfect. I can see everything I need to mesh with STM_simple manage animation model. Use animation blueprint with anim class set on. This is why they're invisible at one time. No animation class assigned. Simple fix, select animation asset. So select animation asset, okay. Okay, use animation asset that removes the requirement for an animation blueprint entirely, the mannequin will just stand in a T pose, which is perfectly fine for gray boxing. After you see it compile and then save. Okay, well, animation to play. Well, I guess I won't be requiring any animations to play right now. I just want to see if it works. Let's hit Control S to save the code, and then I'm gonna run the program. Oh, for a second I thought that I might have had some hope up here. All hope is not lost, guys. I want to get it to work. You know what? I'm gonna go to my character here real quick, and let's go to my, should I say static mesh? I'm gonna delete my static mesh from here. Okay, I'm gonna right click and delete it. Let's just randomly delete it. Then I'm gonna go to my arena character. I'm gonna open it in blueprint. I'm gonna go to my viewport. Let's go with men. I'm gonna click my. Oh, I couldn't see anything. Mesh. Should I go with a skeletal mesh? I guess. S-K-E-L-E. Gonna add a skeletal mesh. This is gonna be my Manny. Simple Manny. Oh, I'm actually learning a lot from here right now because I will eventually need my skeletal mesh. I would need to learn it once I work on my other stuff. Okay, I just see my mesh that I added, so I can only see them if I drag them to my level. Hello, where my animation at? I thought that might as well get some animation work done while I'm testing this out. And again, guys, I don't own any of these items for the time. I mean, right now I'm just grayboxing to see if it works. Let's go to walk. Okay, so I see walk run animation. This is the animation that I really want. Now for my pivot point, I'm gonna go with E to rotate. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate myself 90 degrees to my pivot point. I'm gonna hit compile. I'm gonna hit Control S, and now I'm gonna run the program. Wow, I still can't run around, but that's not the main issue here. The main issue is that I can't see my mesh. Just to have a greater overview of myself, I'm gonna select my camera. Okay, and then I'm gonna go a bit higher. And I'm gonna go to the back. I'm gonna go a bit more higher, and then I'm gonna run the program. Oh, there, that's much better. I still can't see them until I don't physically load them in my mesh. Okay, I did set everything here. Set Control S. I did do everything here though, like even for my character. Everything should be good. Initialize position. Wait, placed or POSS. Wait, possess, right? What up, POSS? Placed inbound or spawned. This should work, to be honest. Why does it not? I should be able to see them in my mesh if they spawn, but they're not spawning. Why? What could the issue be? Let me not slot. Let me say I did that. I am so confused. Let's say right now because I can see that they have spawned. Just that I can see that they. I'm so confused right now because I can see that they spawned. Spawned in my level. I just cannot see the mesh unless, let's go with something like unless I do not physically drag them in my level, on my level. That's fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me think about this for a sec. You said you can see them in the outliner when spawned, but not in the viewport. But when you drag them in manually, you can see them. That tells me the mesh is fine. The issue is where they're spawning. Look at your spawn location from earlier. The Z values are high. The enemies are Probably spawning above the arena and falling or getting stuck outside your wall. Do this right now. Run by. What does run by mean? Immediately press F8 to eject from your character. Click enemy NPC. Go in the outliner. Press F. Focus on the camera. Tell me. Okay, wait. Run by. Okay, wait. Can you sum that down? Question mark. What does run by mean? Let's go with run by mean. And then let's send it. Okay, my bad. Plain language. Py equals to player in editor. Play in editor, my bad. Okay, it just means press the play button. Okay, so I gotta press the play button. Okay, then press F8 on your keyboard. This fires your mouse. Okay, whatever. Let me go here. I'm gonna make sure everything is saved. Control S, and then I'm gonna run it. Now I gotta press F8 on my keyboard. Right? Okay, press F8. So F8. Wow. Hold up, they're not anywhere high, right? Find out. Left, to the right, down. Wait, I can go under my level as well? But I just see one mannequin that is my player's mannequin. I didn't know about the F8. Click enemy 0. So click enemy 0. Press F on your keyboard that snaps the camera. Wait, it's right here. So it is here. And then 1, press F. Press F. It's literally here. The snaps the camera. That will show you exactly where the enemies are. Okay, what if I grab that up? You can fill a 0. And then I'm gonna press F. And I'll shift S. Just to give you a little picture. Okay, so it is here. It's not like the program isn't working. It's literally here. I did that and it took me to my my enemy NPC's camera, although I don't see a body. I don't know why. What am I doing wrong here? I see two problems right now. Problem 1, animation mode reverted. Look at the details. This panel animation use animation blueprint. Animation class none. It went back to animation blueprint. Your compile did not save the change. Problem 2, the enemy is outside your arena walls. Look at the viewport in the camera. Is still sitting outside the arena boundary. The enemy spawned outside the walls. That's why you cannot see the gameplay. Oh, fix both right now. First go into your level editor and select the 3 target points. Move them to the inside. Fix both right now. Okay. Let's test this out. How are they outside my arena? Are they outside my arena? No, they can't. They're not. They can't physically be outside my arena, right? Okay, let's fix both. Let's try it. I'm gonna refresh my chat up here. Oh wow, wait, I couldn't. No, trying to refresh my chat. Okay, but I guess I'm gonna open a brand new chat. Let's do that. Go there. Okay, well, I guess I'll use this. I see 2 problems right now. I could use this. One of my folder chats. That was one of my newer chats. There. Okay, you fix both. First, go to your level editor and select the 3 target points. Move them to be inside the arena floor. Check their x-axis and y-axis and make sure they're within the arena boundaries. They're literally hard, right? You know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna literally get them close to my player, like exactly at the same place as my player. And I'm gonna go with 2. I'm gonna get myself back. I'm gonna get myself higher. See, they can't physically be any closer, right? Everything is close to my player. And then my target point 1. gonna be there. Even did I keybind, did I change, did it higher? There. Now they're practically just touching my player. What is this? Again, hello? Post process volume. Okay, they're all in my editor. Target point 3 could go a bit higher. This could come a bit more to the back. And now the next thing, second, open BP underscore enemy. Firstly, I'm going to control as to save on save changes. Open BP underscore enemy. So I'm gonna go with BP underscore enemy. Click mesh. Where is mesh? Okay, I see mesh. And now in the mesh, change animation mode to use animation assets. It is set to use animation assets. Then hit compile in the file and save in that order. Okay, use animation. You know what? I'll go with something like this. There we go. Let's give it a mesh. And then I'm gonna control us to save the code. I'm gonna compile and then I'm gonna run the program. Okay, what are the x and y coordinates of your 3 target points? I guess let's check them out. So first I'm gonna go with Windows Shift S. This is gonna be my target point 1. I'm gonna, oops, open it here. Can I still paste it even though I opened it? Okay, that's target point 1. Let's go with Windows Shift S of my target point 2. I'm gonna go ahead and paste my target point 2. Lastly, I'm gonna go with Windows Shift S for my target point 3. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture for my target point 3, paste it here as well. Pretty sure I pasted all 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to my BP underscore enemy. I'm gonna go with Windows Shift S. I set my assets here. Okay, that was for my mesh. Everything is correct up to so far. Okay, if not, I'll have to watch a tutorial on this off stream. Okay, let me say something like here. Okay, let's see. Okay, now we're talking. Look at the 4 images of the mannequins are visible. These blueprint viewports and the animation modes will now use animation asset is correct, but I see 2 things. Good news, the target points are all inside your arena. I can see that in the viewport images 120. Real problem, look at your target point locations. The Z value are too high, 350, 410, 440. They're floating in the air above your arena floor. The enemy spawn there. Okay, wait. The enemy spawn there and fall or get stuck. Select all 3 target points and set their Z value around 100. Okay. Click each target point and change Z value to enter and then control S. Tell me when it's updated. I don't know what kind of difference is that really gonna make, but it's worth a try. Go to 100. I'm gonna change that to 100. Oops, I said that to 199. And then let's change that to 100. Okay, perfect. And then let's hit control S to save the code. Just curious, if I run it, okay, I was just pushing my luck. Okay, let's see. Let me say I changed CHANG, change the Z value of all 3 CHIE to be set to 100. Okay, here's the thing. I see them and I manually kill them. Good. Now press play and tell me if you can see them. It should be mannequins. I cannot. CANNOT. Should I just, let's go with something like, should I just drag them manually? Drag them manually. I don't know why. I remember once working on a summoning logic that spawned the NPCs, but for that to work, I did make sure to click a button like S to spawn. Is it that we need a trigger for them to spawn, question mark? Okay, although I don't know how would that literally work, but let me just send this. Okay, I remember working on one something logic. Okay. And then for the NPC, let's go. Okay, let's go with something like button like S to spawn. Is that equal to spawn? And then let's go here. Is it that we need a trigger for them to spawn question mark? Honestly, I think that we might need a trigger, but that still would not make much sense because my NPCs are already on my level. They just they're already on my level, but the let's say something like the meshes are the only things that are not being seen. So being seen. There we go. Okay, SEEN. Let's go to SEEN. And guys, hold up. Let me just mute myself real quick. I think there's background noises. Or you might testing. Never mind. Okay, stop. I need to ask you one direct question. When you play right now, do you see these enemies appearing in the outliner? Yes or no? If yes, the game mode is spawning them correctly, and the problem is purely mesh, not rendering. We fix the mesh. If no, the game mode is not spawning them, and we have a different problem. I see them in my outliner. Okay, I do see them in my outliner. Okay, the spawning is perfect and a mesh rendering issue. Press play, press F8 to free your mouse, click enemy in the outliner, look at the details and scroll down to the mesh section. Tell me what the skeletal mesh shows when running the game. Most of suspicion. I suspect the mesh is getting tripped at runtime because it's being set in the blueprint, but the C++ constructor is overriding it with nothing. Okay, okay. Wait, was there another thing? Open NPC C++ and paste it here so I can see your constructor. This is where the problem is. Oh guys, I just want to be done with this real quick. I'm gonna click F8 and then I'm gonna wait, did I not click F8? Did I not run the program to begin with? I did. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and find my NPC here. I'm gonna go to my run animation. This is gonna be assets. I didn't have it to be assets before. Okay. There, now I guess I'm gonna go ahead and add the assets for my second one as well. And then I'm gonna add asset for my third one too. Okay, now I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna run the program again. Let's hit F8. Then I'm gonna scroll down. Let's go to NPC 0. It changes to blueprints. Let's go with Windows Shift S. Okay, it changes to blueprint to use blueprint animation. Let me go here, let me paste it here. Okay, let's paste it and say my blueprint. Let's go with my blueprint. Oh, what's it called? I keep forgetting. Hold up, guys. Let me run the program. And I think there's some background noise. Ignore the background noise, honestly. Let's go with F8 real quick. I'm gonna scroll all the way down and I'm gonna move on to my NPC 0. My animation mode keeps changing to use animation blueprint. My animation mode. That might be the issue. Let's go with something like my animation mode keeps changing to animation or to use animation blueprint. To use animation, let's say blueprint. There we go. I'm gonna go with something like blueprint. Okay, keeps changing to that. Next up, the second thing. Open your NPCs in C++ file. So I'm gonna go with my enemies in C++ file. Okay, gonna go with Control C, copy that. Let's go with Shift Enter and say this is my enemy npc.cpp. Okay, let's go ahead and paste it. Now let's hit Enter. Okay, and then let me just go ahead and mute myself real quick. Wait, look at your screenshot. I can see the mannequin is standing in your arena right now. That is the enemy NPC. No. That's wrong. The spawning is working. The mesh is showing we're just looking in the wrong place earlier. The animation mode keeps... Okay, wait, let me see something here. Now, in the animation mode keeps reversing because C++ parent is overriding it. We can fix that permanently in one line. Add this to your NPC constructor. Okay, so we can never click get mesh, single mesh animation. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, so this goes to my headers. I'm gonna paste that here. Control S force mesh to use animation assets mode at render without a nib blueprint. I'm gonna go here. Gonna go with Control Alt F11 to compile the code real quick. Okay, I hope this works. I'm way too exhausted to continue this part. Okay, so successfully linked patch created. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and run my program. Okay, I still don't see them even though I added that. I guess I gotta watch a few tutorials online. Okay, wait, let me see something like say. The mannequin are the MANI art club. Okay, the mesh that you saw in my screenshot was my player. I gave it that mesh because it looked um better than the sphere. SPHERE. Okay, that said, I added that chunk of code to my constructor, but I still do not see my mesh. Okay, why is this more tedious than it should be? I added that, okay, better than the sphere that I had. Let's go with some, because it looked better than the sphere that I previously had. Let's go with something like, and I added that chunk of code to my constructor, but I still do not see my mesh. What is wrong though? I want to really be done with this. My bad for misreading that. Okay, let's solve this once and for all. Press play F5 PC the outliner and scroll down in the details panel mesh section. Take a screenshot and show me exactly what skeletal mesh asset says during runtime. I have a strong suspicion the mesh is showing as none at runtime, even though it is set in the blueprint. And I know exactly why. When spawn actor spawn BP underscore enemy, it uses the enemy class set in BP underscore arena game mode. Open BP underscore arena game mode right now and tell me what is set in the enemy class, not in the details panel. If it's set to enemy NPC instead of BP underscore NPC, that is your problem in the C++. The base class has no mesh, only the blueprint child has the mesh. That might be the issue. Okay, you're hiding Longshore. Appreciate you joining the stream. Your spawners are under the level because you changed the Z value to 100. Report it. Report it. Oh, that actually does make sense. I forgot plots and maybe do that. I'm gonna just revert one for the time being because I just want to see if it really works. Thing is, oh my gosh, let me fix my camera real quick. It's kind of. I'm gonna go to my camera. I'm gonna hit E. There we go. I want to just get it a bit. Oops. I want to get it a little tad bit lower. There we go, and now if I were to hit Control S to save the program, much better. I can see all my background surrounding areas. Okay, so at runtime, I'm gonna hit F8. I'm gonna move on to my NPC 0. It says none here. This is exactly what it says. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that real quick, exit that, and then let's paste this to Claude. The next thing that I wanted, open BP underscore arena gamer right now and tell me what is set in the enemy class. So BP underscore arena game mode. If it's set to enemy NPC instead of BP underscore enemy NPC, that is my problem. There we go. Arena game mode, right? I'm gonna go to my C++, go Control A, Control C. Guys, that is literally my problem right now. Okay. That was my .cpp file. Okay, was it arena game mode? Arena game mode, there we go. And this is gonna be my header file. Okay. And that was my .h file. That is literally the issue here. Wait, look at your screenshot right now. I can see mannequin standing. That is me. Right in the viewport and in the details panel, it shows the enemy is visible, the mesh is working, the spawning works, the code fix works. Wait, that is my player standing. STE and the ING, they have the same mesh. Okay, But I think your suspicion was correct. I did not set BP underscore enemy NPC in my code. I mostly use the enemy NPC. Okay, can you check my code out that I sent you in the previous chat question mark? Oh god, I gotta fix my typos. Okay, mostly and then your suspicion. Suspicion is right. Okay, then your suspicion was correct. I did not separate the against my enemy. Okay, so click my code. Okay, can you check my code out that I sent you in the previous chat? Now let's send this real quick. Play the game. Honestly, give me a bit. I'll play it in a bit. Okay, you're right. Look at your spawn enemies. Enemy NPC, new enemy get world spawn. The spawn actor template is a enemy NPC. The C++ base class. This is fine actually. The class is being spawned, okay, is determined by enemy class, which is the blueprint. The real question is, what is enemy class set to in BP underscore arena game mode? Open the BP underscore arena game mode right now. Look at the details pattern. Find enemy class slot under the spawning category. Tell me if it says BP underscore NPC or enemy underscore NPC. Pause it is BP underscore NPC. Let's open in this thing. I'm gonna go with something like it's set to enemy underscore NPC. There's no way I could have sworn I set it to BP underscore NPC. Please tell me it works. It works. Oh my god. It works, guys. It actually worked. That was the smallest shield this whole time. Guys, this is the happiness that I was craving for this whole entire stream. No way it worked. Okay, guys, this actually. Alright, guys, this actually worked. I think that calls it up. My enemy disappears as well, guys. I don't know. I'm out of words to talk right now. It actually worked. There is no way it actually worked. And I know how it worked as well. I can fix it the next time I get the same exact issue. Let me say it worked! Exclamation! It was my enemy NPC, not set to BP underscore enemy NPC. Okay, let's go with something like NPC dot dot dot. We did an exclamation! Guys, I can cry and rest right now. Oh my gosh, there is no way it actually worked. Well, I guess it did work. Okay, the stream is going crazy right now. Look at the viewport. Two mannequins inside the arena moving. One of them is already in the attack animation, going after your player. Look at the outliner. Okay, everything is here. Every single system is connected and working. Game mode spawning BP underscore enemy. AI controllers possessing each enemy. Mesh is visible in the arena. Enemies moving in the animation. Players can track back with the left click. Wave tracking working. Death pipeline working 207 days. And right now you have a fully functional PvE arena, brawler, skeleton. Everything else from here is just building on top of this. Guys, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of speechless out here. I want to see all my meshes spawn in their appropriate positions. So I'm gonna move my target points exactly where they should be. Which this is gonna be here. I'm gonna set that to be 100. Not too low, not too high. Thing is it gonna go too low with 100 or is it gonna be good? I think it's just perfect 100. And then I'm gonna go to my second mesh, which my second target point, which is gonna be here. I'm gonna grab that there. Okay, let's just go ahead and grab it there. And then my third target point, which is right here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that here. I can't believe it worked. So need control us to save the code. Guys, I'm still in a bit of an awe. It's like, how did it manage to work? Oh wait, I gotta make sure control S. Control S, everything is saved. Wow. Gonna run the code. All three enemies have spawned. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on and kill these three NPCs. Wait, did they follow me? Before I really kill them. Okay, they don't follow me. I gotta fix the. Huh? that wave 2? A few bugs, but something is working. Click on success. Give it okay. No enemies in range. Enemy 2 left to go. Okay, then. Took 5 damage. Enemy's HP is 5 now. Okay, successfully added. Next wave completed. Okay, all that stuff. Success. Interesting. Warning player controller. Why does double the NPCs that I initially killed actually spawn? Where are all these extra VPNers for AI controllers coming in from? Wait a minute. Let me just go to my output log. Enemy out of range. Okay. Enemies remaining 2. I'm gonna try killing them all real quick. Okay. How did 3 enemies spawn? Hold up. And okay. Wait. The enemy is double, they don't get stronger. Wave 3, extra enemy spawn. Anyway, you know what? I think this is how it was actually supposed to this thing. They're spawning. Now there are 3 NPCs. Wait a minute. Why are they pointing? I wish I did damage faster. There. From where are all these bajillion NPCs spawning? Okay, but what are you trying to achieve? I'm trying to actually display UI as well. For the time being, this is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to see my NPCs, where my attack logic works as well. Something is... Okay, they're not kind of chasing me around. Maybe because I set a mesh point for them. Okay. NPCs remaining 2. Okay, and then after the NPCs remaining 2, and then a whole new wave starts. There. Took 11 damage. NPC HP is now 0. Player for success. My player keeps increasing every time I do damage. Okay, so I see something like this. Okay, let's go to no shift S. Okay, now I'm gonna grab Claude here. Let's make it sure and say. Alright. So it's the RITHT, so it works, but they don't chase me anymore. It may be because I use a skeletal mesh, okay? Although every time I kill 3 NPCs, they increase in QBA and PITY. They increase in quantity. Okay. I think there is a logic error, or is it just me? Question mark. Okay, because I expected the NPC stats to go up and make it harder to kill them. Issue 1, enemy is not chasing. Look at the log. Okay, if you damage, the enemy are still attacking and dealing damage. Player HP is 0. So the AI is working. They're just not moving because the nav mesh is not covering where they spawn. They'll fix this. Issue 2, the quantity bug. This is the real problem. Look at your log. NPC is alive equals to get NPC count per wave. Your on NPC died calls start next wave when NPC is less than 0, but start next wave calls will get NPC per wave, which uses current wave. The wave is incrementing correctly, but the NPC is being set from get NPC count from wave twice. Once in start wave and then counts in spawn wave enemies is step wave. Quick question, when you say quantity increase every time, You kill 3, do you mean wave 1 3 enemies, wave 2 should be 5, or so different numbers? Tell me exactly what numbers are you seeing per wave? Okay, so first, at first when I ran the program, KPR, there were just 3 NPCs. But later, when I thought to try the wave logic, I killed the 3 NPCs, and suddenly in their level, actually in their spawn point, 2 NPCs spawned after that one who I killed got destroyed. Okay, let's go with Sunway when I killed. Okay. Wasn't uh, our goal to make the NPCs stronger in terms of stats and not numbers? Question mark. Okay, if that made any sense, guys. Hold up, I'm gonna drink some water, kind of dehydrated. No, you're not wrong. Let me clarify the design right now. The wave formula for the handout documents is wave NPC equals to 3 plus current wave minus 1 multiplied by 2. Wave 1 3 NPCs, wave 2 5 NPCs, wave 3 7 NPCs. The number is supposed to increase each wave. That is the intention. What you saw was correct behavior. Okay, killed 2, 5 spawns, you killed. Let's see. Press P in the viewport. Now back to the chasing issue. This is the nav mesh's problem. Your enemy spawn at the target point, but the nav mesh might not cover those exact spots. Do this right now. Press P in the viewport while the game is not running. You should see green overlap on the floor. Okay, take a screenshot. Pretty sure the nav mesh covers everything. Yep, it does cover everything. Let's go with Windows Shift S, the picture. Okay, and then let me just paste it and say, I see about the NPC logic. That makes sense. Okay. Now, before I send this, there's another quick little hypothesis that I want to test out or check out. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Oh, I can't really delete it. Let me go back. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and select that. Again, go to my menu, and then I'm gonna add a static mesh. This is supposed to work potentially. I'm gonna go ahead and add a cube as my static mesh, and I'm gonna go with R. Okay, because I had a tiny hypothesis that I wanted to test out. I'm gonna go with W, go higher. There. Now I'm gonna compile. I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code and the program. These are my NPCs who I can kill. Let me try killing 3 of those real quick. Okay, and then once I kill this, I should potentially be able to see 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 spawns again. Wait, this should be my wave 2, right? Wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 5 should spawn. So I killed 1, 2, 3. That's supposed to be 4. Kill 3 and then 5 spawns. That's 3 and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the math sort of works. They just keep increasing in numbers, but they don't chase me. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they are increasing by 1 in numbers. But now let's test my second hypothesis out, where I go ahead and drag a beginner's enemy right here. Now if I hit Control S to save the code, run the program. Okay, neither of my enemies chase me. I'm gonna hit escape, so it's not it's a logic error, so now neither of my NPCs chase me. Okay, that makes sense. I see about the NPC logic, that makes sense and works perfectly. Mm, although I think there might there may have been a flaw in the chase logic. Do you want to reiterate over it question mark? Because I think reiterating over the chase logic would make the most sense here because before we worked on the mesh fixed logic, okay, the enemies did chase me. Okay, so something in the process may have been messed up. Okay, and hold up, guys. While Claude is replying, I might really be right back. We need some rest real quick. Hold up. Let me just repeat myself, and I'll be right back. Already mic testing. Oh, let me go to my gameplay screen again. Alright, guys, let me just put that on. So, there we go. Okay, so let's see what the clock say. Wait, am I muted real quick? Let me just check. There we go. Okay. The nav finish looks great, covers the entire arena floor, that's not a problem. And yes, I know exactly why they stopped chasing is the set animation mode line we added in the constructor. When we did that, this locks the mesh into a single animation pose, the interface, with the character movement component. Okay, the fix remove that line. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that from my C++ constructor. Because that does make sense, why did we add it in the first place? I'm gonna go to my game mode, C++ file. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot what constructor. I think it was my AI is the C++ constructor where I added that. Okay, machine. Oh, I forgot. Which class was it? Okay, so in enemy NPCs is C++ file. So enemy NPCs is C++ file. There we go. Yeah, I kind of forgot where I added this, my bad. Okay, now I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code, open my Unreal Engine, hit Control Alt F11 to compile the code, and let's wait for it to compile real quick. Shouldn't take as long. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and exit this, run the program. Potentially this should have started chasing me. They're not chasing me yet. Okay. I guess there might be another issue here. Unless in my header file, no, I didn't have any previous declarations up there. Okay, let me say the fix is simple. Remove that line from the constructor. The mesh is all very visible with the VP is correctly set in play mode. Okay, I did that, but they still did not move. At least they spawn now. We're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, let's diagnose this fast. Press play, check your player output. Do you see Arena AI controller player font for all three enemies? Do you see the enemies dealing damage? Do you like before also open BP underscore enemy and check one thing, look at the AI controller class settings, click on BP underscore enemy. Okay, look for BP underscore enemy. Firstly, press play. Okay, so we're gonna open our Unreal Engine, hit play, and move on to our partner browser. Okay, and then my output log. In my output log, it says success for AI controller. They have been added for all three enemies. Also open BP underscore enemy NPC and check one thing and look at things. Wait, before I really do that, I want to see video damage. I'm gonna hit Windows and move on back to my output log. I do take damage, so the damage logic works. Do I deal damage to them? Positive I did. Oh god, I deal damage so fast. NPC hit. Okay, perfect. Now that that works, I'm gonna move on to my BP underscore enemy NPC and check one thing. Look at the AI controller class. Where is the AI controller class? BP underscore enemy. It should have BP underscore me now. Hold up. And check one thing. Look at the AI controller class. AI controller. CONTROLLER. Wow, I don't see it. Oh wait, because I'm in my static mesh. Hold up. AI controller. AICONTROLLER. There we go. Okay, click on BP underscore enemy. Go to class. Okay. Settings. Click on BP underscore enemy. Go to class defaults. Okay, or the pawn section in the details panel. Tell me what AI controller class set. It should be set to AI controller. If you go to reset, wait, if it got reset to AI controller or none, that's why it's probably negative. Let me go to Windows. Then I take a quick little picture. Okay, let's go ahead and grab plot back up here. Okay, let me just go ahead and paste it and say I changed my mesh to be a static mesh now for my enemy, okay, for my NPCs. But that aside, in my output log, it does say success, okay, for all 3 enemies, and when I get close to them, they do deal damage to me. ... Although I just can't, although they just don't chase me. Okay, they just don't chase me. Let's go ahead and don't. And then let's send it and let's see. I see 2 things in the screenshot. First, the AI controller is correct. Second, you change the mesh to static mesh. I can see the components panel. Okay, you added a static mesh instead of default. A static mesh does not move with the capsule the same way like it does when they appear frozen. Do this right now. Click on static mesh. Okay, the components panel, hit delete and remove it. Click on mesh character in detail, add a mannequin back, skeletal mesh, set it to animation mode, use animation assets, hit compile. Okay, well, here's the thing. I could potentially do that, but I realized another alternative to it. For my static mesh, I want it to be movable. My static mesh might not be movable. You know what? That actually does make sense. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add a animation. I'm gonna set this to skeletal mesh. Okay, wait. Did it have to be skeletal? Okay, in details, assign back to skeletal mesh. Fine. I guess I'm gonna add my Annie here. Okay, wait. First combination of difference. Okay, and then this is wait a minute. Mesh 0, right? In the correct mesh. Okay, so asset mode is gonna be that. I wanna set this to be. I don't see my Manny anymore. Oh, skeletal mesh, my bad. Manny underscore simple. So I have a simple Manny here. Manny stands for mannequin. Okay. And then click on mesh. Manny simple, back to the mesh, that animation mode to use animation assets, hit compile and save. Hit compile, Control S, and then let's run the program. Oh wow, they actually do chase me. What? That was the creepiest chase of my life. Hold on guys, let me just destroy them. Oh wow. Okay, well I guess it works, even though it's one of the creepiest chases of my life. Hold up. At least they chase me. There we go. I hope they don't chase. Okay guys, these are actually kind of creepy now. Okay, wow. Let's exit it. Gonna make sure I have everything saved here. Gonna make sure I have everything saved here. Because I can't risk losing anything. Say, it worked! Exclamation! They all are chasing me now. Whew, okay, that was a lot. Okay, let's go! The stream is witnessing this enemies spawning, enemies chasing, enemies dealing damage, player attacking back, wave tripping, death pipeline. Calamity 2 is a real game right now. Day 207, they have fully functional PvE arena brawler work with AIs. Now let's recap everything we worked on today. AI spawning fix, LMB fix, death plus wave fix, stat investment, next, pending, game UI. 3 tasks, next up, the stat investment. Okay, I might honestly end the stream here. Hold up. Before I do, let me see something right. Okay, maybe I'll just say this later. That's it. Let me move on to my main camera. Alright guys, so basically that's pretty much it for the stream. Let me go to my Instagram screen. And this stream felt very satisfying to end honestly. That said, if you guys have enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like it to my algorithm trend, which is small, subscribe and make sure it's up. That said, I will start more streaming on Twitch and Peak if I need be. Actually, if I get a better GPU, and I will start streaming on Instagram and TikTok as well, so I didn't really follow with the requirement. So if you guys really enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me. That the link is in the description. The link is going to be in the bio. You guys can get access to my Instagram by tapping exclamation socials on chat. And make sure to join my Discord server as well. I did add new memes to this channel. Make sure that you guys aren't as toxic there, or I will have to remove the memes to this channel. No political related stuff, no toxicity. Let's say, should I say no racial stuff or something like that? You guys know the basic gist of it. Have it be only for funny memes and all that stuff. That said, the link is going to be in the description, in the bio, or you guys can get access to my Discord server's link through, through my chat by tapping exclamation Discord. And now, that's it. I'll catch you guys next more video. Peace.